Well, the inconsistencies with the internet these days has been a little bit crazy. I'm not sure what's going on. One of the things, and this is actually taught in my oops, where'd it go? Oops, no, wrong one. Here we go. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. Come on. I had to take things down, and now I'm searching. Where is it? So Hedia gets on me all the time for all the different URLs I have going on here, and she's probably saying, see, that's why you shouldn't have so many going on. Where is it? Wow. I don't have one with the Andy is live. Nope, not that one either. Oh, well, it is not here. So the andyislive.com is andyislive where I have my training program, and where I teach you not to do what I just did. Be prepared. So watch what happens. I can go to another folder here. What's great about StreamYard is you have folders. And so when I go to the correct folder down here, where I do have the URL that I'm looking for, not the URL, but the overlay right there, that overlay. See, it's in a different folder. I thought I had one in the other folder that I was sharing with you, but obviously I don't. So again, I decided I was going to use the different intro instead of the one I have been using lately. I know those are all just little things you probably don't need to know, but andyislive.com teaches you how not to do what I just did. Be in the wrong from StreamYard, and not be prepared for what it is you're going to do. The other thing is to have a little bit of a space up there, but go to andyislive.com, and you can get into the training program to teach you how to do things correctly. All right, so see, now there's that space. But the reason I have it down low is because I'm going to share with you the Mevo and some of the tools that I use. So this is the Mevo camera that I've been testing. I got it yesterday in the mail, and I've been testing it, doing different things with it. This is just a little small tripod. It has little bendable legs, so you can like wrap it around a tree, or you can configure it so that it's on like an uneven rocks or something like that. But I like, this is one of the many tripods I have. There's another one. It's kind of like a spider, same kind of thing where these things are bendable and you can wrap them around stuff, like even a chain link fence to hold your cameras, which happens a lot when I'm out dog training. I never know where I'm going to be when I'm doing some dog training. But anyway, this is just a little mini tripod. I can mount the Mevo on top. And what I want to show you right now is the wireless solution, which uses either what this is a lavalier, which goes onto my lapel and goes to the transmitter. This transmitter then sends a signal to a receiver, which I connect to my camera. So first, let me show you how it sounds, and then I'll show you all the little moving parts and that kind of stuff. This kind of video goes into the advanced portion of the live streaming using StreamYard training program, and would be something that you really don't want to invest in maybe off the bat, to make sure that what you are doing in regard to live streaming is something you want to do and you feel good with. But later, when you want to make an investment to give yourself some room to work and a little bit more professional look, then you may want to consider some of these tools I'm about to show you. All right. But it takes a few things in order to do that. All right, so let me go ahead and share first the video of the test that I did out in my front yard. You can see the Mevo in action with a wireless mic plugged into it, and I'm at a very far distance. All right, here we go. All right, testing out the wireless option. I use a wireless Sennheiser setup, receiver and transmitter. I got a lavalier mic on my collar here, transmitting to the receiver, which is connected through an iRig into the camera. Also testing out the quality of the video. As I said before, there's a good chance I got a couple dog things coming up that I can use this camera for dog training purposes. And again, for zooming in, you can see how we can bring the camera's view in a little bit tighter when we want to, and then have it pop out to a more wider angle. Again, using the wireless option gives me a little bit more room to work with the dog. So if I'm doing obedience and working right to left, like this, you can see everything that I'm doing with the dog. Again, the quality looks really good, I think. I don't know about the sound, but I'm assuming it's going to be good. But we're going to find out once I bring it to the computer. It's a little bit windy outside, and I don't have a windsock on my lavalier mic, so it could be a little bit of wind blowing sound that's coming through. I'm not sure, but you can see with the Sennheiser, I can go quite a distance out, even with my back turned, should not cut off the sound to the from the transmitter to the receiver, which again is connected to the phone or to the camera actually directly using the iRig, and everything looks good. I have my phone over here, which is I'm operating the phone. So if I bring it in tight again, or move the angle, if I want to do that, I can do that all from the phone. And again, I can have somebody actually do that for me, so that I'm not busy, with the phone app while I'm working with a dog or interviewing somebody. So ideally, if I were to go remote with somebody, I could have somebody else operating the app for zoom ins and wide angles and that kind of stuff. So looks pretty good to me. I'm going to take it inside, look at the sound, and I'll share with you on a Facebook Live. Nice. Well, that sounded pretty good. You wouldn't believe how windy it was outside, and you could barely hear the wind. On occasion, you could hear it, and it was actually causing a little popping sound every so often. But the good news is it actually sounded pretty good. I made very few adjustments. And again, there's some adjustments I could have made to maybe make the volume of my voice a little bit louder. Looking at the recording now, I think that might have been an issue. I'm not sure what it sounds like on your end. I, again, will review this video to see what the sound difference is between me using this mic and the recording coming across. The volume might have been a little bit low. So, but those adjustments need to be made on other pieces of equipment. Again, I understand, kind of like when I started the show, I kind of just started really impromptu and really, didn't set up properly. When you're going to shoot for a professional shot, as I explained in the training program, and you have like a guest, or you've taken the time to set up, a location where you only have a short period of time to do something, make sure and prepare, make sure you plan out what it is you want to do and get your equipment ready ahead of time. Again, I'm just merely testing some of these things and seeing how they work. If you're going to be interviewing somebody and taking the time to do something, set up first, do a couple tests to see how the sound balances out between the sound coming off of your camera, the sound coming off of your mic on your, your Rodecaster if you're using one, and so on and so forth. So make sure all that is happening. All right. So, again, this is a little bit of an expensive solution. There are some less expensive solutions. So just decide what it is, what's in your budget, and how you want to make it happen. Begin. I have the Mevo camera. To plug into the Mevo camera, I need this type of cable. Now, I can't remember exactly what the size of this one is, but it's a sound cable that is pretty common. And on the back, it has a port just for that, for this type of plug right back here on the camera. And I just plug directly. What this is plugged into is what I called on the video iRig, but this is not an iRig. There wasn't one available when I went to go purchase one. So I thought I'd give this Comica Lynx Flex AD2. And what this does is it allows me to plug in the receiver for my Sennheiser mic. So this is a Sennheiser receiver using the typical plug that you see for microphones, a microphone plug, and that plugs in right to the back end of this this link, right? So it allows the signal from the receiver to be sent into this box and then transmit into the camera and then record the sound. So this is the receiver for a wireless system. You can see it has an antenna here, and then over here is the transmitter for the Sennheiser. These Sennheisers, if you've ever been on television or on a movie set or something like that, where they're very professional, that there's some weight to these things. They're heavy. They're very durable. I've had these probably for about 6 years, and they're still lasting. All right. So this is for a lapel mic. All right. So a lapel mic transmitter to the receiver, which is connected to the Comica, which is plugged into the camera. The other thing I can use is my wireless handheld mic. This is for interviews. If you've been watching any of my videos, you've seen me use this several times. This is the very same setup. The only thing difference for when I put it into a phone, there's the adapter, the iPhone adapter, where this plugs into the iPhone adapter and then plugs into the bottom end of my phone. And I can use these for using my phone to do a Facebook Live or using StreamYard through the app on my phone. So through the browser on my phone, the Safari browser, going to the StreamYard website and then transmit using the connections that I just went through all the equipment. And that works perfectly too with StreamYard on a phone app. All right. But you need the adapter to plug in. You have to put it on this thing and then plug it into the bottom of your phone. All right. So between these pieces of equipment, I was able to do what I did out there. Now, when you look at all this equipment, when you look at, well, what's the thing, the iRig or the Comet, what is the thing? And once you've done it a couple times, it's a snap. It took me maybe less than a minute to connect these things to the bottom of the camera. I put it on a tripod and turned on the camera, connected my app to the camera, and I was up and running. Very quick setup time. It doesn't take that long. It's just getting familiar with the equipment. Again, this is what's known as the receiver. So this is receiving the signal from my transmitter, which is on me. The transmitter is on me for either the lapel mic or the wireless mic. Those are transmitters transmitting the audio signal to the receiver, which is plugged directly into the camera using this Comica LinkFlex. Now, the other thing that I've used for years is called an iRig. iRig does the same thing. It plugs the transmitter or the receiver, into the iRig, which then plugs into either my phone or now into the Mevo camera. And that's where we get the great sound. Again, outside on that video that I just shared with you, the wind was blowing very hard. And I'm actually surprised at the how little of that wind you actually heard. You heard a little, but my voice was coming through very quickly. The popping noise was being caused by the receiver trying to take out all the external sound and the wind sound. It has a canceling ability, so it cancels out some of the extra noises that are happening, and will focus on my voice. And when it gets over burden, at least that's my belief. There may be a sound guy watching that may be able to explain it better. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, you get a little bit of a popping sound. But again, it was super windy outside. And I thought actually it sounded pretty good considering how windy it was, and sounds pretty good. All right, so that is using a wireless solution. This training video will go into my training program, live streaming on StreamYard. All you need to do is go to andyislive.com, andyislive.com, and you can get into the training program. There's a basic training program, and let me go ahead and fix my overhead so that I stay consistent with my training. There we go. You want a little bit of space between your head and the top of the frame. Maybe you went down a little bit too far. If I sit up straight, perfect. So you want what people say about an apple. If you set an apple on your head, that should be the space between the top of the frame and the top of the head, you or the person that you're filming. All right. So to andyislive.com, get in the training program, basic, intermediate, advanced. That's the training program. But what I'm testing right now is this Mevo camera. So far, I'm giving it a thumbs up. So far, everything that I would like in the camera is working really good. I'm learning some of the adjustments that need to be made outside. There's an outside adjustment. Maybe I should have tested that just to see if the picture would have been even better than it was. It actually looked pretty good for the distance that I was at. Using the wireless system, I'm using a Sennheiser mic system. It's one of the higher quality audio setups you can use for wireless systems. You can find it on Amazon, or just do a search on DuckDuckGo. Just type in there Sennheiser mics, and you'll see the website will come up. And then the Comica. Now this is, again, I just bought this the other day. My iRig finally went out. I had the iRig for 5-6 years, but that went out. And then when I went to Guitar Center, they didn't have any iRig setups, and so they had this Comica. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a try, and it's pretty sturdy. The iRig actually is kind of plastic, and I'm shocked that it lasted as long as it did. Again, it lasted maybe 4 or 5 years, and I'm a little surprised because it is just all plastic. This is a little bit. This is probably plastic, but it's a harder composite type of material, and it has a couple extras. My other one didn't have, but that's what I used to set up to connect my wireless system to the Mevo camera, and it seemed to work pretty good. All right, so just in case you missed the video, let me pop it up one more time. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll play a little bit, and you can hear what it sounds like. Let me get rid of the frame and bring it back up. There we go. All right, testing out the wireless option. Use a wireless Sennheiser setup, receiver and transmitter. I got a lavalier mic on my collar here, transmitting to the receiver, which is connected through an iRig into the camera. So, sounds pretty good. The wind was blowing. You could barely hear it. I'm a little bit shocked at how little of the wind. And again, if I were to show you the top of my lapel mic, there's nothing covering it. Let me see if I can use my hand. So there you go. You can see there's nothing covering it. It actually sounded pretty good. I'm really happy with the way that, again, these mics, again, they have to be 6, and now I'm thinking they may be about 7 years old. A memory just popped up on my Facebook, and that memory was from about 7 years ago. I am sure when that picture was taken, I had this mic system, so we could be looking at about 8 years that the Sennheiser that I'm using currently, and with the quality that is still happening, is amazing. Sennheiser makes an amazing product. I have dropped them. I have I've used them in in not rain, but in a where it's been a little damp out, a little bit some sprinkles going on, and I've carried them in my backpack. They've traveled all over the world with me. They've been to Europe. They've been to across the United States, Canada, and down into South America. They've been everywhere in a backpack, not in like a Pelican box, just kind of like rolling around in my backpack. And you can even see the duct tape on the top of this transmitter. I don't know if you can see that there. I have duct tape holding it on there, and yet the sound still sounds good. I'm a little shocked, so it works out pretty good. All right, if you want any more information, if you're watching this live or if you're watching it inside the training program, let me know. There's a place for you to comment on either one. Comment, let me know what it is you think or what you thought, what other piece of equipment you may want me to show you. If I have it, I'll be happy to show you. Depending on the price, I may go out and buy it and try to see how it works with the setup. I love gadgets. I was a detective at Anaheim Police Department. They called me Inspector Gadget because I was the guy that had all the gadgets when I was there in detectives at Anaheim Police Department. So I love gadgets and I love testing them out. All right, so let me know what you think. Leave a comment, and I will do my very best to review it for you. And now I'm in this different folder on StreamYard, so I'm going to have to use a different outro as I'm leaving here. All right, friends, I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.